Good day, math majors. Here we are again with our pre-recorded discussion since I cannot meet you in a face-to-face setup. Kaya the rooms in the engineering building are used for the pictorial. Class, is it OA ba wanting to meet you in a face-to-face setup to have this class like I am standing in front and I am facing all of you, but like fate is not in our favor. Again, good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because I don't know what time of the day you are watching this pre-recorded discussion. For your attendance class, kindly comment anything that you would like to say to me as a farewell since my in-campus shift will end this Friday, April 19. So you can see the comment section below and you can really comment anything that you like. It's either positive or negative and I will accept those comments wholeheartedly, class. Moving on, last week we had a discussion about about creating a positive school culture where we learn about the different elements of a positive school culture such as honest and open communication, collegiality, experimentation, high expectation, and many more. Today, we will land on a new topic, and this will be our last topic in this subject. Thank you. Yes, finally, we are now on our last topic, and this will also be my last discussion. We will talk about the school policies and their functions, roles, and competencies of school head. Before that, let's read our objectives for today. At the end of this chapter, the students are expected to A. Identify school policies and competencies for school heads contained in different competency frameworks. B. Accept the qualification and standard form school heads as a way of prepping for future endeavors through listening. And letter C. Create an acrostic poetry using the word school head. School policies. Schools are institutions motivated by a shared vision. Necessarily, schools must have policies for them to realize their vision and mission. Can you imagine a world without policies, class? Like a world free of policies. Inevitably, it would be a world full of chaos, madness, and people with unrestrained behavior. That's the reason why there are existing policies. How much more in a school where students of different ages, status, gender, race, ethnicity, tradition, religion, belief, and culture come together. Certain policies must be implemented for the sake of realizing shared vision and goals. These policies are a reflection of the values of the people who created them. There are a lot of school policies, class, but I am going to present to you only some of the policies. First is the grading policy. It is given by the DepEd Central Office in DepEd Order Number 8, Series of 2015. It's all about the weight of components for grade 1 to 10. So the components here are written work, performance tasks, and quarterly assessment. So in language, AP and ESP, that is 30% in written work, science and math 40%, MAPE, EPP and TEL-E is 20%. Also, we have different weight components for the performance tasks, a different percentage for the performance tasks, and for the quarterly assessment. Teachers must strictly adhere to this grading policy. No work should be made under the table, class, ha. Future teachers, even though a pile of money these days is enticing, do not let it overpower you. Ayaw gyud kasugod, class ug mingon ang parent nga 10,000 papasara akong anak. It's a big no. The grading depends on what the student is willing to offer. Scores, performance, and effort should be the basis of a teacher's rating. Remember that, class, ha? Maybe if we are in a face-to-face setup, you would immediately answer, yes to 10K, ma'am. But I know it is all for fun and jokes and you don't mean anything bad. I miss you, class. Anyway, number 2, the policy on students' absences and tardiness. A learner who incurs absences of more than 20% of the prescribed number of class or laboratory period during the school year or semester should be given a failing grade and not earn credits for the learning area or subject. Furthermore, the school head may, at his or her discretion, and in the individual case, exempt a learner who exceeds the 20% limit for reasons considered valid and acceptable to the school. Among all the reasons in this world, class, LBM is acceptable. Even in court, it is excused. On the other hand, maybe some of you experience submitting a sack of cow's manure, a box of floor wax, lanot, tukog, ug lampaso. I had been there, class. Ever wonder why a cow's manure looks like ensaymada? I wonder as well, class. Diba? If you can still remember if you were able to experience na ang imong absences is pulihan lang og taig baka og floor wax and then you are good to go. Are you go? We go. Number 3 is the PTA policies. All PTA activities within the school premises or which involve the school, its personnel or students shall be with prior consultation and approval of the school head. If collection of school publications fee, Supreme Student Government Developmental Fund and other club membership fees and contributions is coursed through the PTA, as requested by the concerned organization, the amount collected shall be remitted immediately to the school, SSG, or other student organization. And non-compliance or any violation of the aforementioned condition shall be a ground for the cancellation of the PTA recognition. And also, kaning contributions, policy on collection of contributions. The contribution should be a reasonable amount as may be determined by the PTA Board of Directors. The contributions shall be collected by the PTA Treasurer on a per parent number basis regardless of the number of their children in school. So, bisan pag kung tulo mo kaigsoon in school, you are studying in the same school, one payment ra na. And contributions, di ba, class? Tampohon here, there, and everywhere. I am kind of glad I never experienced being the classroom's treasurer because your classmates' deep stare and murmur will be your death threats. You still haven't placed your butt perfectly in your chair and someone just stopped you out of nowhere. 10 daw para sa Girl Scout ticket. Ay, pagka na lang jud. Are policies important? Of course, they are important. Schools in partnership with their community have their own picture of what they want to be. That is the vision statement, and so must offer services and must do what they are supposed to do, and that is the mission statement, in order to realize what they envision themselves to be. For this to happen, policies must be in place. Observance of these policies ensures everyone in the school community to toe the line. If conditions are ideal, like when all members of the school community are perfect, school heads, teachers, students, parents, non-teaching personnel, and other members of the outside community, there may be no need for a policy. The truth is, conditions in the school community and in this world are far from ideal, and persons that make the school community are far from perfect, and so the need for policies. The policies class actually came from above the DepEd central office. At times, there is need for policies from above, but policies do not need to come from above all the time. There are times when a school formulates a policy to address a local problem. We can insert into this topic about the school-based management, or the decentralization, the dispersion of power and authority. In fact, this is how it should be in a school community partnership. Ideally, a policy must not be formulated by the school head by himself or herself. The school head must lead in the policy formulation process, but it should be a connection or communication between the school and the community. This is what we call school empowerment in action. Moving on, we're done with school policies, and you know the importance that it bears. We're going to tackle about the roles and competencies of school heads. Class, do you aspire to be a school head someday? I remember that Charles Mondragon wants to become school's division superintendent, if my memory is right. Do you see yourself, class, managing and leading the entirety of the school, from its physical surrounding to the students, stakeholders, engaging partnership between the school and community while developing sense of professionalism and personal growth in the field? Can you see yourself? Do you envision yourself to be a school head someday? It could be a yes or a no. Now, there are competencies for school head. And let's take a look at the competencies expected of school heads as contained in the National Competency-Based Standards for School Head, or the NCBSSH, issued in DepEd Order 32/2010 on April 16, 2010. The core principle of the National Competency-Based Standards for School Heads is that school heads are competent, committed, and accountable in providing access to quality and relevant education for all through transformational leadership and high degree of professionalism. There are 7 domains. The first domain is the school leadership. It's about developing and communicating vision, mission, goals, and objectives, data-based strategic planning, problem solving, building high performance, coordinating with others, leading, and managing change. Managing change. For the second domain, that is the instructional leadership, assessment for learning, developing programs or adapting existing programs, implementing programs for instructional improvement, and instructional supervision. For the third domain, that is creating a student-centered learning climate. And the center of this is the students or the learners. Setting high social and academic expectations, creating school environments focused on the needs of the learner. And the fourth domain, that is the HR management and professional development. That is all about creating a professional learning community, recruitment and hiring, managing performance of teachers and staff. For the fifth domain, parent involvement and community partnership. Who can still remember the article number 3 of the Code of Ethics, the teacher and the community. That is the parental involvement and the external community partnership. Sixth domain, that is the school management and operation. It's all about the fiscal management, the funds from the stakeholders, and the allotment of budget for a certain activity or plan, managing school operations and use of technology in the management of operations. And the last domain, that is the personal and professional attributes and interpersonal effectiveness. This is where the continuing professional development. So you do not just stay where you are. You need to grow and develop your competencies and skills for the sake of your students, for the sake of the teachers, and since you are the leader of the whole school. That is the professionalism, communication, interpersonal sensitivity, fairness, honesty, and integrity. If we have a national competency-based standard for school heads, there's also a competency framework for Southeast Asian School Heads 2014 editions. There are 4 domains, namely the stakeholder engagement, instructional leadership, personal excellence, and stakeholder engagement. I'm going to attach a PDF file where you can view the contents of the competency framework for Southeast Asian School Head. Overall, listed in here are the different competencies or the different expectations of the school or the institution from the school head, as they are the one who leads and manages the entirety of the school. So you need to be you need to be developed in different areas for you to be able to successfully lead and create different plans and activities for the development of the school and for alleviating and eradicating the different concerns existing in that particular school. Now we are done with our topic, the school policies and the roles expected or the competencies expected of the school heads. For the application class, based on the National Competency-Based Standard for School Heads, do you have the makings of a school head? For your evaluation, create an acrostic poetry using the word school head. Okay, you know what's acrostic poetry naman class, diba? So you can submit this encoded in the Google Classroom. The rubrics is the organization, 10 points, originality, 5, timeliness, 5, 20 points. For your assignment, take a deep breath and you'll be fine, class. You can do this. And I'm so sorry, class, last time nga assignment nga. It's supposed to be stay hydrated, but stay dehydrated akong nabutang. So I'm so sorry. Feeling ako na-dehydrate siguro ko ato na time. Mamunguto akong nasuwat. I'm so sorry, class. And that's all for today. Thank you for listening and watching. God bless you.